Today I have Asli. Asli joined me, how many months ago was it?
6 months.
6 months ago. And we've done some cool things with her business. In this video, we're gonna break down everything that we've done to take her from a 2K a month coach to 35K a month. I think you did 7K yesterday or something like that. But I wanted to make this video to show anyone who is in the position where you're growing your coaching business exactly what we did together, the things we got through, the mindset shifts, the struggles we had, to show you, if you're watching, what you can do in your coaching business to scale to having a fun business. Tell me about the change in life that you've had over the last few months. Get that out first, sell the dream first.
It's beyond my dreams. About my business, my clients, myself, the mindset shifts, and the community I'm in.
Well, it's been fun. Let's delve into exactly what we did. I think we're gonna try and come up with 5 key things for anyone who's watching. So firstly, for context, let's talk about like the offer that you had 6 months ago. We'll talk about like the transformation and then also like the packages as well. So talk to me about the transformation.
Actually, I started coaching 2 years ago, but when we met, I was in a sort of break from coaching. Back then, what I was trying to do, make some passive income. So I was trying to sell my self-coaching program. Also some couple like other digital products, low ticket, and it was like all over the place. So many different options. But the main thing was the self-coaching program, and I was just constantly marketing that product, talking about that product and improving that product. So that was the time just before we met, when I reached 5K, 6K a month. Passive.
Yeah. The so-called passive dream.
I was doing too much.
Yeah.
We introduced coaching back again together.
And who is it that you help and what do you help them with?
So I help women in Turkey age 30 to 55. Those women are high achievers, visionaries, but they've been achieving their desired realities through effort and like struggle and force, which I was trying to shift them to that life of ease and abundance and peace through identity shifting, like basically changing their belief system, identity and nervous system for them to achieve those goals with ease.
That's where we were. A few different products, kind of clearish on the character that we're going for, making 5K a month. But why don't we go for the first thing, which you think is the biggest thing that we did maybe in the first few weeks to change and shift the offer? So, number 1.
First thing is absolutely simplifying the offer.
Cool. How so?
So my attention, my focus, my energy and time was spreaded, which was really doing little impact in each one of those. To increase the impact I'm doing with the offer is to bring all of that components together in one offer, which was coaching, because this is the most effective way I can help people transform. Because digital products are, to be honest, to some degree, you can shift to a certain level, but the next level requires in-person and personalized help.
Yeah, because you've obviously got a big audience. For context, if you're watching, like you built up multiple thousands of people in the audience, which is awesome. It was at the start, you just had so many people asking for things, you've got so much attention. Why do you think you were in the position where you were selling loads of different offers, and then what made you feel like, okay, I'm actually kind of happy to go for one offer?
I think there was so much fear and scarcity. I was being programmed constantly through Instagram, gurus and everyone telling me that I can make this happen with this kind of product, with this marketing, this, that. I just didn't follow what was right for me, what was right for my clients. So eventually when we talked about this, like one offer, just focusing on coaching, it felt like, okay, this feels right. It's not like copying something in order to achieve a result, but it was like literally making the impact I wanted to make. You
can make money with digital products industries because there's a lot of these people with millions of followers who make all their money from coaching people on how to do digital products. You listen to them and their logic doesn't make sense, because for a lot of people it doesn't even work because you have to have a big enough audience. I've spoken to so many people who are like,
I'm gonna be financially free through digital products. And it's like,
it's hard, right? Even with an audience of your size to make a good amount of money. We transitioned this to be being like, okay, one offer. And I'm sure it must feel easier.
I know what I'm focusing on,
Yeah.
what I need to do, how I'm going to improve. Everything is so clear.
If someone's listening and they're like, I want to have multiple offers, what do you think helped you see that this was the way to go?
So I think one of the reasons why I was having several digital low ticket offers was because if it was low ticket, it would be sold rather easily. And then you made me believe, like change that limiting belief that high ticket can also sell in the same way. So you just need to find the right person, speak to the right person, and then you're gonna see in the amount of time and with the energy you spend on selling these low ticket products, you're gonna sell just one coaching offer. Closing one client is gonna make so much more money than that.
Something that we speak about a lot, which is this idea of like, say this is your audience. A lot of people will try and monetize, like say, if we just do this as like a dotted circle, a lot of people will try and monetize, this is as his whole audience, and this is what people will try and monetize, and this is what we're monetizing, but the operational complexity to monetize this whole thing is horrible. Whereas just charging these people a small amount, a high ticket pays for all of these people, and the amount of people that you don't help with paid products is less. But then at the same time, your content, which is so good, like now I can do Google Translate and I can see your Turkish content. I'm like, you're helping all of these people with your content with so much, and then you just monetize the small amount of people that want it for free. And then you just give your digital products and all that away for free and give the value away for free. And you work intensely with the other people. Do you enjoy doing one-on-one coaching, doing group coaching more than the digital products?
It's the best thing I've ever done so far. Like, it's funny, I was talking about this the other day in my stories. I shared one story and I said, everything I've been doing, sharing, providing for my audience is sponsored by this group of people, like my clients. Their time, energy, and money is somehow coming back and feeding all that 100K people. What I found is that I actually don't want to work with the people here. And we don't get results, So that's exactly the type of person who I want to speak to, who can I have coffee dates with. I enjoy talking, I enjoy working together. So that's definitely the part that I have this most fulfillment in my work, because I can see I'm making an impact and they are also making huge impact on my life, because helping me grow.
I love it. Could I propose number 2, which I think we worked on, which was towards making sure that you hit an ICP here who was actually willing to pay the higher prices? Talk to me firstly about where your ICP was, this like outer circle, and how we changed it.
Like, this is going to be all about my limiting beliefs around the market. In my local market, what I had in the beginning is that this is a lot of money. Imagining that type of person who could pay me my coaching offer, my price, was almost impossible. It felt like, no, there's no way someone would invest that money. I also didn't trust myself enough. I didn't trust my product enough. No, I don't trust myself. They don't trust me. They don't have the money. They're not going to pay me.
It's so interesting because I think I speak to even Paddy, who recently joined us. I was like, just charge this price. And he was like, no way. Even in the English market, no way. And it's like a third of your price. It's like, no way. But I think one of the things that we chatted about a lot was that to have someone in your corner who helps you mentally and with your mindset, that's worth thousands, tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands. It's kind of invaluable. There was maybe like a month period where you were just saying, I'm booking a lot of calls, but the people who are jumping on calls just aren't, basically like they don't have the money. What do you think are the few things that helped us find those people? And obviously you had someone pay you multi-4 figures just literally yesterday in full. How did we get to getting those people on calls?
There was a step-by-step process involved in this. So
Cool.
First of all, my limiting belief was supposed to be removed from this equation, that what you gave me in terms of that mindset shift was invaluable. So I couldn't really put a price tag on the shift you made in me. So the same way, my offer is not actually necessarily need to be put a price tag on, because the impact on this person's life is incredible. think in terms of money and numbers about the change I'm making, the transformation I'm offering. The second thing was removing that doubt and disbelief in myself and in the product. Okay, this is worthy of charging this amount, this maybe even not enough, you know? Now I can put the price tag without feeling guilty and like that shame. I was ready to go on the world, but now I needed to find this person, the exact person. So we worked on that person's mindset. What do they do? How do they spend their days? What kind of job they have, how old they are, all the details about like physically, mentally, emotionally. Like we became best friends with this person because I had to know their deepest fears, desires, and everything. And then third, I started talking about it.
But that's 4, but that's perfect. And one of the things that I use as like a massive example to other people was even in just a small language that we saw where you were talking about people who are a little bit lost, and that obviously talking about lost people brings in people who are lost, and the problem with lost people is they don't tend to have the budget. Whereas now I feel like you're talking to the women who's achieving something but wants to go to the next level. Sometimes I look at this and I'm like, this is difficult for sure, but this stuff feels almost too easy when you just started changing some of your language, and then all of a sudden you've got these people who are like, yeah, of course, I'm happy to pay that sort of money for you. Did you see a difference in the people who came on those calls literally from this?
Yeah, big difference. When I post this content about problems, struggles, and then like being stuck, next week, the calls I get are the most like draining calls. A week after, I'm talking about desires, achievements, and being productive. Then the calls are like...
Fascinating.
It's so immediate.
Okay, so simplify the offer, up-level the ICP, and I would like to propose number 3 as being a full belief in yourself and ownership over your decisions. And if I see how that's played out over the 6 months, I think that is probably, from my perspective, observing you, the biggest thing that I've seen you just taking ownership of things, which is not easy in this business world.
We should have put that in the first, because that was the first step I took in order to make this life possible and a reality. I've been looking for a coach for some time, on and off calls, not really making the decision, but I seemed like I was really looking for support. Like facing that fear, bypassing the decision. I had no idea. Nobody ever helped me face that. In the call with you, you said, if you can't make the decision by yourself for your business now, how are you going to make all those decisions? And I was like, bomb, that's tough. But I needed to face that. So that was the point. I decided to be the founder, owner, CEO of this business and take responsibility, make the harder decisions. That was the way. I knew that was the way. At least I'm gonna prove to myself that I can make that decision. Even if it fails, doesn't matter. I can make that decision.
Incredible.
Here I am.
Incredible.
Like that's another thing I learned from you. Selling is coaching, because if they could make that decision, they wouldn't be on that call. That's a fact. So your responsibility is to help them make the shift. So thank you for doing that for me, holding that space for like an hour.
It was fun. What do you think? Number 4.
Funnel. Like building that system, you know. I had marketing, email marketing. I had YouTube, Instagram. I was using different funnels, different landing pages, so many things. Like I feel, this was really hard. So the system was super simple. Everything was going through Instagram, basically. You only have long form in YouTube, and still that ecosystem runs around IG. Everyone is coming back to IG to DM me, to have that conversation. So no other landing pages. If there are any, still We are only providing the value, the product, whatever we are offering to that person, but nothing, there is no creating other funnel through that product.
Absolutely. I've written that older than you here. I'm going to respectfully just be like,
thank you. Yes.
Instead of drawing the whole thing up.
You know, I was really I think I need to congratulate myself for managing this for a couple months.
Incredible. I can't believe you made 5K a month off it. It's like, it's actually...
Imagine the effort.
Yeah. How it feels now, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that firstly, we've got rid of this part and it's now, as you said, like Instagram is our like lead list and everything is just working on putting people in there. But the friction, I think, is also important. There was that friction and you just lose people who, like me, who were getting confused. Talking about setting this system up, did you feel like it was clear or it's clear now?
It is clear now, but before, if I have so many different landing pages and if I tag these people into categories, because again, I was circling around that bigger circle, like the larger part of the following, which I didn't really want to attract in the first place. When I was trying IG and like I wasn't sure if it was going to work out because this was too simple. The process, the steps afterwards are super simple now. It's just step by step, easy and understandable, very humanely following the process.
Sure.
That everyone can literally just follow through and join.
Yeah.
Sales system is also important because we have this 2-call system, which saves me a lot of time. And in the beginning, I was very resistant to having demo calls. And I was like, why do I have to spend 15 minutes? But then I figured, no, this has a purpose and a like very important purpose. So now with the first call, I'm saving my 45 minutes.
Yeah.
If the person is unqualified.
Yeah.
Even if they're unqualified, I still build trust and connection, which I like. And if the person is qualified, perfect, because I have a 15-minute calls, kind of a roadmap in the mind. I'm ready for the second call. And second call is gonna be like more about their beliefs and like having that identity shift, helping them go through that. So I was resistant to that strategy first, but now I think that's the best system ever. You just need to hire more setters and closers and like in the long term.
I mean, even when we're doing 6-figure months, it still works well, but yes, you're right, you have to hire. But the thing that I love about this, especially with you with a bigger audience, is as you said, it just protects your time because if you book in the number of calls you're booking in, but all of them are an hour long, like your energy is just drained. Whereas I'm sure now you don't move everyone to strategy. But as you say, some of those demo call people may have already, but definitely will come back at some point. And we find that regularly as well. It's like the trust built in that call is like another 15, 20 minutes towards someone feeling like they make a purchase. They come back in 2-3 months' time and say, Sol, we want to work with you.
Everybody tells me speaking to them in the DMs, seeing if you're a good match, and then me taking them to demo calls and then taking to the strategy call is like making them feel understood, heard, seen, and like they feel like you care about my needs, you want to know me, you're not selling me directly. I don't want to make the decision for them. Trying to like sell.
I love that. It's so true. And the reason I write that safe, trust and care is what you just said there is that people we attract to work with the Free Thinkers Club, yourself, myself, that's the way we want to do because you can exist in this online space. And yes, if you put the people through to strategy calls, you may in the long run make more money or maybe in the short run make more money. But in general, these are how you get the best clients, the people who really care, as we spoke about with the circle, that monetizing that inner bit of the circle with dream clients. And it's great. Okay, number 5.
These are the steps she's been through. And finally, if we think about my last month being 40K a month, and the final part contributed to that success is, I think, the support, the overall support in terms of community, people, you as a mentor, because I don't think I could do that just by myself. As an entrepreneur, you need like-minded people around you to be inspired, to be able to open up. in the beginning we were talking about that limiting belief that my ICP didn't exist in my local market, and I remember the first time you told me you had the same belief, and that was to me a huge relief. Like even Seoul had that in the UK market.
Yeah.
Incredible. Seeing others in the community helped me really imagine another way, another reality is possible. And identity is a big part. We always talk about identity, and I've seen people making the shifts and seeing their journey. Oh wow, like this is super powerful. I can't really leave that out. This is
I appreciate
so
that.
precious. This is the reason why I'm here today. You build an amazing team. This is more than authentic. This is a real friendship. This is a real connection. Because inside the community, I feel like everyone is family.
Thank you for saying that. That's very kind. I appreciate it.